everybody! So today I'm doing a very special tag. I'm very excited about this, and this tag is one I created to go with my friends Aly and Emily, who are awesome. Their channels are both booktube channels, but they also talk about movies and other things from time to time. And Aly and I did the Little Mermaid tag a couple of months ago, and that was so much fun. And I have a whole playlist of all the different participants of the Little Mermaid tag. So you want to check that out. I'll put it in the description section. And so this time we are doing the Alice in Wonderland tag. So this is going to be super, super fun. And these are all questions that I came up with. And so you want to check out their videos of their answers, as it all has to do with Alice in Wonderland. This question, number one, is Wonderland. What is your favorite fantasy land in movies or books? I've never been a huge fantasy person, but my favorite fantasy land is probably Oz and Wizard of Oz. Next is White Rabbit. What's something you were late to checking out that others raved about, and one you still haven't watched or read that others love? Well, I was a little bit late to checking out Over the Garden Wall, and I checked that out about 6 months or so after everyone had been raving about it, and I watched it and I loved it. It was amazing. I'm trying to think of something that I was like really, really late to that everybody raved about. I've never seen the Madagascar movies. I don't know if people really rave about those, but I haven't ever watched them. There's some Studio Ghibli films I have yet to see, which people really rave about. You know, I haven't seen Castle in the Sky. I know that one's supposed to be super good. I haven't seen From Up on Poppy Hill. I haven't seen that. Anyway, there's a few that Studio Ghibli I still have yet to see, so I'm working on that. Some anime, and also I have not seen Stranger Things, and everyone's told me I've got to see that. So really late to see The Dark Knight Rises, because I was not the biggest fan of the other. I'm just not the big Batman fan, but I finally watched it in March, and I really did actually enjoy it quite a bit, so go figure. Okay, next is Cheshire Cat. Who is an actor or actress you think has a great smile? I think Julia Roberts has a really big, nice smile. So I think I'll go with her. As far as actor, I used to always love Harrison Ford's smile. The way that he would kind of like smirk and like sitting back as Han Solo. Like, I just thought that his sort of smirky smile was good. Also, I think Mark Ruffalo has a really nice smile in movies like 13 Going on 30, that he's just really likable. Even in the Avengers, I think he's very likable. Chris Hemsworth, oh my gosh. I think that he has a really nice smile. I like him. So there you go. Next is Mad Hatter. What's the craziest thing you've ever done? And I don't know. I haven't done that many crazy things. I'm kind of boring. I guess the craziest thing I've ever done is maybe some of my open water swims. Some people would think that's pretty crazy to swim a mile in the Great Salt Lake. Some people, that is crazy. What am I thinking? I've done it 5 times. Okay, here we go. Next is tea party. What's your favorite kind of tea or hot drink? And I really do like herbal tea, because I don't drink coffee or the tea plant as part of my religion, but I like herbal tea. I like hot cocoa. So those are probably my favorites. Next is Tweedledee and Tweedledum. What's your favorite duo in movies or books? I would say my favorite is probably Woody and Buzz from Toy Story. Queen of Hearts. Who is someone in movies or books that should be lovely but is really a villain? I would say Dolores Umbridge from Harry Potter, because she looks all sweet and cute and everything, and then she's like, so there you go. Caterpillar. Do you have a poet or philosopher who inspires you or makes you think? I have many. I really like some of the classic philosophers with Plato and Aristotle and people like that. I think that they have a lot of wisdom for the age. Of course, I also love the Bible and, you know, some of those things that it teaches, of course, and the Book of Mormon in my faith. And so there's lots of sort of text like that I find inspirational. And also a lot of different philosophers actually, I think, can have light and truth in their ideas and the way that they look at the world. So Kierkegaard is actually a favorite of mine, believe it or not. So I studied philosophy quite a bit in college, so it's something I really like. So there you go. I also really love the poetry of Elizabeth Bishop, so you check her out, she's good. Okay, eat me. What is your favorite cookie? I don't think there's anything better in the whole world than a fresh, hot out of the oven chocolate chip cookie with walnuts. Probably my favorite. Next is drink me. Favorite drink, alcoholic or regular? And probably my favorite drink is probably, there's this place by my house called the Fix-It, and they have this green apple soda drink thing that's really yummy. It's called the G.I. Joe. That's probably my favorite. I also love a good chocolate milk. I'm very picky though. If it has cornstarch in it, then I don't like it because you get that taste on your mouth. So I'm very picky about really, really fresh chocolate milk I like. Next is, would you rather be very large or very small? I think I'd rather be very small because I could get into, you know, little crevices and I could listen to what people were saying about me and hear all the gossip. So I'd probably be a little small. Okay. What's a book or movie that made you cry oceans? And probably The Book Thief made me cry oceans. And that one's really special because it made me cry oceans every time I read it. It just hits me emotionally, what happens to some of the characters, because I'm so invested in every single last character and I love them so much. The movie that made me cry oceans, I don't know. Any war movie, you know, it'd always get to me. When in Schindler's List, when the girl with the red coat, I'm done. I'm done. Walkie, who's your favorite mystical creature from book or movie? Toothless in How to Train Your Dragon. I'll say that for my favorite mystical creature. I know there's others, but that's just the one that comes to mind first. Okay. What cinematic version of Alice do you prefer best? Burton, animated, or other version? And I think obviously I prefer the animated version because I love Disney and I love how crazy it is and I love how different it is, and I just love her meeting all these cool characters and just find it really engaging and fun, and the more I watch it, the more I love it. But I also really do love the 1933 version, and I really want to see the 1987 version because I've heard that's great. What is your favorite character in Alice in Wonderland? My character in Alice in Wonderland is probably the caterpillar, just because he's somebody I kind of relate to, because I like to think of myself as being sort of thoughtful and, you know, sort of try to be smart in my own way, but in reality it's probably a lot of nonsense. But I don't know, so I can kind of relate to his character. Also the bunny, because I'm always late. A white rabbit. I'm always late to things. Okay. If someone asked you to pitch an Alice in Wonderland movie / TV show, what would you suggest? So my suggestion for an Alice in Wonderland movie is to make it a little more realistic, kind of give it a little bit of a Wes Anderson sensibility to it, like make it quirky, make it different, but just make it feel a little more grounded and not as much CG. Make it a little bit more of a dream kind of sort of setting, and I think it could be really sort of entertaining, sort of a little bit more like sort of Pan's Labyrinth kind of a feel of making it a little bit just more tactile and feel like it's part of the world that we live in instead. Why do you think Alice in Wonderland has remained so popular for so long, since it was first written by Lewis Carroll? And I think it's remained popular for so long is because just people want to escape their lives, and Wonderland is the kind of the way to do that. And it's something, it's a world that's kind of similar to Oz, you know, in Wizard of Oz. It's a world that you can relate to, whether it's the caterpillar and his nonsense, or the Cheshire Cat, you know, sort of asking his sort of sly questions, you know, and trying to trick you. You know, there's just little parts of it, and when you actually read the novel, there's a lot of little truths in there, you know, like when he asked her, well, where do you want to go? And she says, or where are you going? And she says, I don't know. And he says, well, it doesn't matter which way you go then. You know, sort of little things like that, that if you don't have a goal, if you don't have anywhere you're planning to go, it doesn't really matter what you do. And so you got to get that goal. And so there's just lots of little truths, I think, to it that people can relate to in sort of any era. And it's just so imaginative and different. And I think that's why people really like it. Okay, next is, if you could go to Wonderland, would you want to, and what would you want to see first? And sure, yeah, I would definitely want to go to Wonderland if I could. Probably not permanently. I wouldn't want to stay there, but I think I would like to go and be in the tea party and just see what it's like. I think that would be really fun. So that is my tag. Let me know what you think, what your answers to these questions would be. I'm gonna go ahead and tag the lawn gnome on this, because he likes to be tagged. I will tag Monica Fangirl on this, and I will tag my friend Christine on this, because I know she really likes Alice in Wonderland, the book. So I'll tag her. So let me know how things go, and thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!